Well, John, tell us a little bit about the purpose of having Dash involved in training at the moment.
Look, he's part of the Next Star program. He's looking at several franchises, so he's out checking out Western Australia as well as the Perth Wildcats.
Tell us a little bit about him. What have you noticed as far as his training's going?
Oh, look, he's one of the premier talents. He's only in grade 11 right now, so he's still got a lot of runway in his career. We've been evaluating him for quite some time, so it's more a purpose for him and his family to be around us and see how we operate, so he can be in film sessions, practices, individual work, because at the end of the day, when he makes his decision, he has to be comfortable with the people he's around.
Of course, Bryce Cotton, one of the big outs of the weekend. What's been your messaging around that to the team?
Injury is part of sport. Very disappointing for Bryce to have this. He is an integral piece of our team, but now the opportunity and the challenge for everyone else to take what's in front of them, that's what I'm excited about. Guys will get opportunity, and we get to see how we perform as a team without Bryce.
Todd Withers, one that we probably haven't seen a lot before.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about him.
Yeah, look, Todd's been with us through the off-season and then limited opportunity with Dylan's injuries early on in the piece. But he's with us every day, so he's very familiar with how we operate, and he knew that these are the opportunities that would be afforded to him, and he's been the recipient very early on in the season of this.
Fair to say he's a different player to what Bryce is. So how do you replace Bryce specifically with one of your guards?
It's just going to have to be like a group effort accumulation. The likes of Pepper and Henschel, their scoring ability, we will need that. Then someone like Dylan Windler, Doolittle can pick up some slack, and there'll be other people that get the opportunity. But when you talk about like who will that impact and affect, those guys that I just mentioned, and it's going to be really exciting for me to see how this unfolds.
Have you spent the week changing much around the way you would normally play, given the way he gets the shots that he takes, or will someone else just be taking those shots in the same sort of plays?
No, look, the gravity that Bryce commands, whether the ball's in his hands or in his hands or out of his hands, is astronomical. So the shots will not certainly be the same, but like our general structure remains the same. But just I guess the tinkering and how we approach like our concepts, there's a little bit different to that.
Has he improved significantly throughout the week, or is he still in the same sort of pain that he was a few days ago?
I believe like he's improving, but where the threshold is, that's going to be the determining factor of how quickly he comes back.
So there's been 3 games where he's reached for the ribs throughout the season, which clearly means he's been whacked multiple times in multiple games by multiple teams. Are you concerned at all about the treatment he was getting, or do you look at it and think it was just a bad luck moment?
Yeah, I'm not educated enough to review all of that stuff. But look, we've talked about it before, like the type of defensive attention he gets, whether any of that has compounded to this injury, I don't know.
Keanu hasn't had a great season so far. There's a lot of focus on him. He's playing differently in terms of where he's getting the ball and where he's getting his shots at the moment. Is this where you want him to be getting the ball and taking his shots, or has he changed the way he's playing?
It's a combination of things, like with the subtle changes we've had to our group. Now with Bryce being out, he is one guy that we can certainly lean on and try and get him in a more healthier position with the way that he's playing consistently. So that's our job, that's his job. He's had a good week of practice. And I'm sure he's going to relish the opportunity with the responsibility with Bryce out.
He was so good in that first game,
yeah,
with the threes especially. So that can change your mindset a little bit, I reckon, as a player, and you forget that you're so good inside. He's been more outside this year. Do you need him back inside?
We need a combination of that, because with the way that he's been working and developing his shot, to have that. But like as you're seeing and as you just asked about, like finding the balance, and it's a unique situation as he continues to grow his game. And that's what we watch film with him, and that's what we evaluate, is just finding the right balance.
How's his confidence as well? I mean, he's had a couple of bouts now with concussion as well and working. Has that impacted at all, do you think, in terms of maybe rhythm as well?
Like, I think the rhythm part of it all, because like basketball is certainly where you want continuity and consistency, and for a number of our players this year so far, it's been disrupted, through like injuries that just, when you miss a week or two, the rhythm, the coordination of it all, and then with your teammates on top of that, we're searching for that right now.
And just last one, another opportunity against the Kings as well. What have you taken away from, I guess, the last time you played them, plus the form that they're in at the moment?
Yeah, like they're evolving into a really good team. Offensively, they're dynamic. They can play in transition with like Adams and Cooks are dynamic athletes in the open floor, so containing them. But then in the half court, I think they got like four guys that their total shot chart is 75% or greater three-pointers. So we have to be mindful of Adams and Cooks with their creativity. But someone like Quatnoy in their last game, he had, I think, a 15-point quarter where he just come out and strung off 3 threes. So they're an explosive team, so we need to be dialed in for every possession against them.